Hi, I'm Daniel Tisch, CEO of the Ontario Chamber of Commerce. So early July brought us some important news on the trade front. Negotiators from Canada, Mexico, and the US came together for their first joint review of CUSMA, the trade agreement that binds our three economies and underpins all three countries' prosperity. As expected, the United States opted not to renew and extend the agreement until 2042. So what does that mean? It means the agreement remains in force until 2036, but subject to annual reviews. Now, this is of course short-sighted and disappointing, but at least it gives us some clarity. The good news is that CUSMA is still in place. Goods are still moving, companies are still operating under its rules. But the bad news is that the investments that North American businesses need to make today and attract today have very long horizons, much more than 10 years. That's why the failure to renew creates long-term uncertainty that's bad for business, it's bad for investment, and bad for North American competitiveness, all at a time when we need just the opposite. So let's look at the facts. Under CUSMA, we're part of the world's second largest free trade region. The agreement has strengthened economic growth and raised living standards in all three countries. What does that look like? It's parts crossing borders many times before a finished vehicle rolls off the assembly line. It's energy and critical minerals and food and technology and investment moving through supply chains that have taken generations to build. Now, this integration is not a weakness. It's actually North America's greatest competitive advantage. And uncertainty about our future is like a tax on North American competitiveness. It's positively a gift to our international competitors. Because when the rules are unclear, what happens? Well, we're seeing the answer right across North America. Businesses invest less, they spend less, they hire less. You know, businesses aren't asking for perfection, we're asking for predictability. Just to know what the rules of trade are going to be next week, next month, next year, and that they're not going to constantly change. Businesses need to know that the investments they make now are still going to make sense in 5 or 10 or 15 or 20 years. And we need governments to reduce uncertainty, not compound it. That's why the Ontario Chamber's message to our negotiators is simple. Don't give in, but don't give up. Canada has to stay at the table. We have to negotiate from a position of strength. We have to prioritize, of course, relief for the sectors that have been hit hardest by US tariffs, like steel and aluminum, autos, lumber, copper, forestry. And we have to continue to show our American and Mexican partners that the North American economy works best when we work together. That a stable, trilateral, and rules-based agreement renewed for the long term is the only thing that's going to give businesses the confidence to invest and grow and hire. It means jobs for our workers, and it means lower business costs, which are going to make life more affordable for ordinary people and families, something that's desperately needed today. Now, at the same time, we know whom we're dealing with in Donald Trump. We know that it's not going to be fast and it's not going to be easy. So Ontario and Canada can't just wait and see what happens. The best thing we can do, the best response to a difficult negotiation, is to strengthen our own economy. That means diversifying our trade partners. It means removing internal trade barriers. It means building resilient communities and infrastructure, developing talent and workforce capacity, and advancing a competitive business environment that makes it easier for businesses to invest here, to stay here, and to scale here. The Ontario Chamber is trying to help through initiatives like our recently launched Trade and Competitiveness Policy Council. We're trying to give Ontario businesses a clear and coordinated voice at a defining moment for our economy. And through our 140 local chambers, representing businesses of every size, every sector, and every community, we're also helping individual businesses navigate uncertainty by investing in themselves, their own productivity, their diversification, their own futures. So on CUSMA, let's not give in and not give up. Let's keep working with our North American partners in good faith, but let's keep diversifying our trade and strengthening our own businesses and our own economy. Thank you, and see you next time.